Hey there, fellow adventurers. So you're thinking about buying an RV. That's awesome. Hitting the open road, exploring new places, taking your home everywhere you go sounds like a dream, right? But before you drive in and make that purchase, there are some key things you want to consider. From types of RVs to hidden costs to things like storage, maintenance, whether you're dreaming of a life on the road or just looking for a weekend getaway vehicle. These are points that you don't want to skip. Hello, welcome to the video. We're going to get started. First thing we're going to talk about is rushing that decision. It's very difficult not to rush it because you go into that parking lot full of hundreds and thousands of RVs and different sizes, dimensions. So try to make sure you have some idea, and we'll give you some pointers after this little discussion. Let me give you an example. When I went to buy an RV, my wife and I did not know what we wanted. I wanted something for going out, filming videos, so that you guys could see British Columbia mostly, and we didn't follow the rules that I'm about to give you. An example would be to rent them first, check them out, make sure, like rent a Class C, spend a week in it, see if you like it, or something smaller like we ended up buying. With a Class B, the fuel mileage was so much better. So I'll leave it at that on this little part, but follow along with me now with your notepad, and I'll give you some ideas that'll help make this journey much better. Thank you. All right, so first up, what type of RV are you really looking for? And of course, don't forget the maintenance, storage costs, things like winterizing, fuel. The repairs are often overlooked, but add up over time. Plus, if you don't have a space to park it at home, you'll need to factor in the storage fees. So grab a notepad, start taking some notes, and let's get into the details. You'll help you make your RV buying journey a smooth ride. Stick around, and by the end of the video, you'll be one step closer to finding the RV of your choice. Thank you. All right, as I talked about before, know what you need. Go out, have a look. Don't make a decision the first time. Like I said, maybe rent one, take it out. If you got kids, no kids, whatever it is that you want to do with that RV. A good example was, like I said before, we had a C. We hated it. It was noisy, very heavy on fuel, and when you're making videos like I am for YouTube, you don't need that extra expense. So we gave up on the big unit because the costs were too high. And give you an idea, when we went and looked, we liked it, the cupboards and everything, but until we actually took it out on the road and used it, we hated it when we got home. So that's one of the things you might want to look at. Rent one, the one you're trying. If you don't like it, rent another one. I know some of you are going to say that's very expensive to rent, but it's probably going to be worth it in the end if you have to switch. And that's what we did, and it cost us thousands of dollars to switch from our C over to our B, because once a unit's off the lot, it's used. So do take care and look at those ideas before you buy one. Inspecting. It's one of the things I didn't do when I bought my Class C. I didn't go through it with a fine-tooth comb and check everything in it. The dealer said they checked it all out, but I should have, even though they said they did, I should have went and checked everything, because on my holidays with my C for the week, it was like 30 C in Canada, and I had air conditioner, didn't work. And if I would have checked it, we would have found that out before I left. Now, if you're buying used, have a garage check it. Have them go through everything. You go through everything. If the person selling it isn't worried about what you might find, they will not argue with you to take it to a garage and have it looked at. So please do that. Also, when I bought my B, I followed these rules. I went through everything in it, checked it, and guess what? The air conditioner didn't work again. So before it left the lot, I had them fix it, and because I was on a trip out of BC to do some filming. Thank God I did that, because again, I ran into Celsius, 30 C, and it was a blessing having all that stuff already. And another thing we'll add into here is the financing. Check around. A lot of the dealers will say, oh no, just use our financing. We only charge this much percent. Well, you know, it would pay. You're making a huge purchase to go around to the banks and see what you could get. So have a look at that before you make your purchase. Okay, skipping the test drive. Don't do that. Make sure you use the test drive. And if they don't offer you one, ask about it. It's probably one of the best things you could do to check to see if you like the unit, what happens. Like when I bought my C, I didn't know that the seat only came up to my shoulder blades because I didn't do the test drive. And I didn't realize on the dash, it was a very base model, all it had was cruise control. So if you like the other things like nav and all of that stuff, the test drive, you can check on that to see if you like it or not. Otherwise, yeah, that's one of the strong things. Can you drive a large unit? That's where a test drive would be very helpful to you, whether you want to drive the large unit. Let's look at the weight. Are you going to tow any trailers? Are you going to tow your sleds, your snowmobiles, your quads? Make sure you check very carefully into the weight limits and the towing capacity of the unit that you decide. These are some of the things, you know, like I know my Class B that I purchased. I don't think I'd want to pull too much, which I don't plan on doing anyways, because it's got a 6 in it and it may not like those big hills. And remember, always remember the maintenance costs, oil changes, anything that costs you money. Have a look at all that. What does it cost to do an oil change on the engine that's in there? Are the filters expensive? All of that cost. And don't forget, if you don't have a big yard at home to store it, the cost of storage. I can give you an example. My Class B to store it per month is $90 Canadian a month. So that would give you some idea. And the time it takes to go check on it depends where it's stored at. Like mine is probably half an hour away, so I'm going to drive up there, do my checks, and come home. So that's all part of time. Don't forget to add that into your decisions when you're doing this. Okay, now please consider your resale value. If it's something that you think you're not going to use the rest of your life, like my Class B I have now, I know that that's where I'm going to stay. I like it. It does what I need it to do, and it's cheap to run to do my videos. But do reconsider the value, you know, a year or two down the road. It might help you sway one way or the other on what kind of vehicle you might buy. And don't forget the insurance costs. Different RVs are different amounts of money, and something that you want to know before you purchase, because can you afford it? First of all, you know, that cost every month or year or however you may do it. But have a look at that before you go into your insurance agent, say this is what I want to buy, what it's going to cost me. And then you'll know way up front, because there's lots of these, you know, extra charges for filing, for doing the occupying, to all of that. So you really need to look to make sure that that's what you want and the cost that you have to put out. All right, so ending this video. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you that are still here to see the end. And please like and subscribe to this video and share this video with all your RV friends. And say, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And hopefully this video helped you a lot. Like I said in the beginning, just take some notes, rewatch it, take some notes, and then you'll have sort of an outline. And if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see in the future on RV purchasing or RVing of any kind, please let me know. My email is down below. Just check it out. Send me an email. I'd be happy to talk to you, or leave it in the comments, and I would be happy to get back to you on that. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching to the end of this video, and happy travels.